What is CBLA, or a Center-Based Learning Approach? CBLA is an innovative method of teaching and learning. It is a center-based learning approach which caters multiple learning centers, in which it is not direct instruction and allows students discover, explore, investigate, experiment, and experience. Unlike the traditional teaching strategy, in CBLA, a teacher becomes a catalyst of learning, a facilitator, instead of the previous role as a sole provider of knowledge and information. What are the philosophies and learning theories that support CBLA? CBLA is based on the principle and philosophies of Mr. Howard Gardner, which is the multiple intelligence, in which it involves the verbal linguistic intelligence of the learners, including intrapersonal, interpersonal intelligence, visual spatial, naturalistic, logical or mathematical intelligence, existential, musical or rhythmic intelligence, and of course, bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Visual spatial intelligence, these are for individuals who are good at visualizing things. These individuals are often good with directions as well as maps, charts, videos, and pictures. Verbal linguistic intelligence also is for individuals who are able to use words well, both when writing and speaking. These individuals are typically very good at writing stories, memorizing information, and reading. Logical or mathematical intelligence. These are learners who are good at reasoning, recognizing patterns, and logically analyzing problems. These individuals tend to think conceptually about numbers, relationships, and patterns. Bodily kinesthetic intelligence is said to be good at body movement, performing actions, and physical control. People or learners who are strong in this area tend to be excellent hand-eye coordination and dexterity. Musical intelligence. These are individuals or learners who are good at thinking in patterns, rhythms, and sounds. They have a strong appreciation for music and are often good at musical composition and performance. Interpersonal intelligence. These are learners who are good at understanding and interacting with other people. These individuals are skilled at assessing the emotions, motivations, desires, and intentions of those around them. Intrapersonal intelligence. These are an intelligence in which learners or individuals are good at being aware of their own emotional states, feelings, and motivations. They tend to enjoy self-reflection and analysis, including daydreaming, exploring relationships with others, and assessing their personal strength. Naturalistic intelligence are more in tune with nature and are often interested in nurturing, exploring the environment, and learning about other species. These individuals are said to be highly aware of even subtle changes to their environments. The role of the teacher in the center-based learning environment. The teacher prepares the physical and psychological environment, specifies clearly the academic and cooperative objectives of the lesson or activity, and the teacher explains clearly the tasks and goal structures to learners. How to set up CBLA learning environment. In CBLA, there are 5 learning centers, which includes the Computer Center, Art or Activity Center, Journal or Writing Center, Reading Center, and Manipulative Center. Computer Center, where computers facilitate audio, visual representation of information, making the process of learning interactive and interesting. The Computer Center is near the Art or Activity Center and Manipulative Center because they emit noise. Activity Center facilitate the development of a classroom community that supports all students' learning, with each person working together for the success of everyone. The Art or Activity Center is located near Computer Center and Journal Writing Center. Writing Center, here is where journal writing happens. This provokes more reflection and encourages students to take charge of their learning and their feelings. Journals help students make connections between what is really important to them, the curriculum, and the world. Writing Center is located near the Activity Center and Reading Center, where learners work cooperatively on a big table. Next, Reading Center. It is designed to provide appropriate materials to help students work independently or collaboratively with partners or in small groups to meet literacy goals. The Reading Center should be located near the Writing Center, but should be some distance from the Manipulative Center. Manipulative Center helps a child develop fine motor skills and hand-eye coordination, as well as learning cause and effect relationships, and how to implement trial and error. It should be located between two centers near the Computer Center but a little bit far from the Reading Center. In CBLA, the lesson will start at the Whole Group Discussion Center located at the middle of the classroom. A label is tacked which will signify that this is the Whole Group Discussion Center. So this is now how we picture our center-based learning approach inside the classroom, where the whole group discussion is in the center or at the middle of the classroom and is surrounded by the different learning centers. The center-based learning approach or strategy is made possible by the teacher through rotation. The preparatory activities like the drill and review will happen in the whole group discussion, including the presentation of the lesson, giving of standards, giving of instruction to the different learning centers. After the whole group discussion, the students will be assigned to the different learning centers like the Activity Center, Reading and Writing Center, and Computer Center. So Group 1 will be assigned in a specific learning center, Group 2 and Group 3 also. The teacher here must remind the student of the time allotted for each learning center. In the different learning centers, an activity card is to be assigned for the task which is to be done. These are the examples of an activity card with the instructions in it. When the time is over, the teacher must tell each group to proceed to the next learning centers. And again, when the time is over, another rotation will happen. And if the rotation is already done, each group will now proceed back to the whole group discussion. Tips in setting up the learning centers. Learners should be able to perform center activities with little or no assistance from the adult or from the teacher. Provide labels, materials, signs, and direction symbols for the learners to follow. Be sure the center has all the materials and learners' needs so they won't have to be interrupted to find something. And provide a way for learners to record which centers they have completed. There should be consistency and clarity of lessons to be learned and utilized color coding. The advantages of center-based learning approach. First, students learn to express themselves and articulate their individual ideas. Students are engaged in their work and tasks. Students are constantly working. Students would be able to practice higher order thinking skills to different activities. Students will get to work at their own pace. On the other hand, the disadvantages of center-based learning approach is that learning centers are time-consuming. Learning centers are costly. Learning centers require space. Learning centers require special training for the teacher. Okay, so that's it for CBLA or Center-Based Learning Approach. Thank you for watching.